Let me ask you something strange. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop needing something, people suddenly want to give it to you? The moment you stop desperately looking for a job, 3 companies call you. The moment you stop chasing someone, they start chasing you. The moment you look like you don't need the discount, the salesman offers it anyway. Money works the exact same way. And there are 3 very specific levels of net worth. 3 invisible thresholds, where the entire world around you quietly shifts. Your family talks to you differently. Strangers treat you differently. Banks treat you differently. Even you start thinking differently. Most people never know these thresholds exist. They're just living their financial life, confused about why nothing seems to change, not realizing they're one level away from everything flipping. So today, we're going to break down all 3. What they are, what psychologically happens at each one, and why understanding them might be the most important thing you learn about money this year. Here's what most people believe about money. They think it's a straight line. You earn more, you feel better, people respect you more, life gets easier. Simple math. More money and equals better life out. But that's not actually how it works. Because money isn't just a number. It's a signal. And different people, your relatives, your bank, your social circle, random strangers, they're all reading that signal differently at different levels. There's a reason a person with 50,000 in savings gets treated completely differently than a person with 5,000. Not 10 times better, completely differently. Different options, different conversations, different energy in the room. And the reason isn't just the number. It's what that number communicates about you, about your stability, your leverage, your options. The people who figure this out early stop chasing income for the sake of impressing others. They start building net worth for the sake of options. And that mental shift is where real wealth begins. Level 1 is the stability threshold, roughly $10,000 to $25,000 in net worth. This is the first level where something quietly changes. Before this point, money is mostly about survival. Every unexpected expense feels like a threat. A car repair, a medical bill, a month of low income. These things don't just drain your account, they drain your mind. Psychologists call this scarcity mindset. When your brain is constantly worrying about not having enough, it literally borrows mental bandwidth from everything else. Your decision-making gets worse. Your creativity shrinks. You make short-term choices because the long-term feels impossible to even think about. And the people around you can feel this. Not because they're cruel. It's just energy. Desperation has a frequency. When you need money, need a favor, need an opportunity, people sense it. And they pull back. But somewhere between $10,000 and $25,000 in actual savings, not income, net worth, money you actually have, something shifts. You start making decisions from a different place. You don't panic when your boss gives you a bad day. You don't take the first job offer out of fear. You negotiate a little. You wait a little. You say no to things that aren't right for you. And people notice. Your family stops quietly worrying about you. Your colleagues start respecting your opinions more. Banks start returning your calls. This isn't because $20,000 is rich. It isn't. But it crosses a psychological threshold for you and everyone watching you. You've gone from someone who needs rescuing to someone who has a floor. And floors change everything. Think of it like this. Imagine 2 tightrope walkers. One is walking with a safety net 10 feet below. The other has nothing. They might have the exact same skill. But one of them is calm, breathing. The other is terrified with every step. The crowd can tell the difference immediately. That first 25,000 is your safety net. And the moment you have it, the whole performance changes. Level 2 is the respect threshold, roughly $100,000 to $250,000 in net worth. Now we're getting into territory where things get genuinely interesting. Because this is the level where the world stops seeing you as someone getting by and starts seeing you as someone going somewhere. Here's what most people don't realize. $100,000 in net worth doesn't feel like 10 times better than 10,000. It feels like a completely different category. And psychologically it is. At this level, compound interest stops being a textbook concept and becomes something you can see. Your money is actually making meaningful money without you doing anything extra. That's not just financially significant. It's psychologically transformative. For the first time, you feel like the system is working for you instead of against you. But here's the social change that catches most people off guard. Your relationship with family and friends starts to quietly change, and not always in comfortable ways. Some people who never asked for your opinion before start asking for your advice. Cousins who never called start calling. People at parties want to know what you're doing. There's a new kind of respect in the room, sometimes genuine, sometimes a little transactional. And on the other side, some older friendships start feeling slightly strained because you're making choices your old circle doesn't always understand. You're saying no to certain things. You're talking about ideas they're not thinking about yet. This is what researchers call social recalibration. Your net worth is changing faster than your social identity, and the people around you are adjusting, consciously or not, to the new version of you. Banks change too. Below this level, banks see you as a customer. At this level, they start seeing you as a relationship. Better rates, proactive advisors, invitations to products that weren't available before. This is one of the most unfair and important truths about money. The more you have, the cheaper it gets to borrow, and the more doors open without you knocking. The rich really do get richer, not because they're smarter, but because the system is designed around thresholds. And 100,000 is one of the most significant ones. Level 3 is the freedom threshold, roughly $500,000 to $1 million in net worth. This is where everything changes, not just socially, but internally. Because this is the level where, for the first time, the question stops being, how do I make enough? And starts being, what do I actually want? And that question, for most people, is the most disorienting and profound question money can ever ask you. At this level, your money can genuinely sustain you without you trading time for every dollar you earn. Not forever necessarily, but long enough that time starts to feel different. You start measuring life in different units. You think about years differently, about work differently, about what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to. Socially, something very strange happens here. People you've never met start treating you with a baseline level of deference in business conversations, in negotiations, in rooms you walk into. It's not because they know your number. It's because wealth, at this level, shows up in how you move, how you speak, how unhurried you seem, the options you casually reference, and the things you don't seem stressed about. Psychologists call this status signaling, and most of it is completely unconscious. You're not performing confidence. You actually have it, because you know, at a deep level, that you have options. And options are the closest thing to real freedom that money can buy. But here's the uncomfortable truth that most finance channels won't tell you. This level also comes with its own psychological trap. Because once you have real freedom, the freedom to choose your work, your time, your environment, a lot of people discover they don't actually know what they want. They spent 20 years chasing this feeling, and when they arrive, the clarity they expected isn't automatically there. This is why so many people at this level keep working not because they have to, but because purpose turns out to be something money can't manufacture for you. It can only reveal whether you had one all along. So here's the deeper pattern running through all three levels. Each threshold isn't really about the money. It's about what the money removes. The first level removes panic. The second removes limitation. The third removes obligation. And every time something is removed, you get to see yourself and the people around you a little more clearly. The relationships that sharpen when you reach level 1 are the people who respect you, not just your situation. The friendships that get complicated at level 2 are information about where you were and where you're going. The internal crisis that sometimes hits at level 3 isn't a failure. It's the most important question your life has ever asked you, stripped of every excuse money used to provide. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop thinking about income as the goal. Income is fuel. Net worth is the vehicle. Two people can earn the same salary and end up at completely different thresholds, just based on what they keep and what they build. Second, understand which threshold you're working toward right now and respect the psychology of that stage. If you're working toward level 1, your entire job is building the floor. Emergency fund. No high-interest debt. A cushion. Don't skip this trying to invest aggressively before you have stability. The mindset shift you get from that floor is worth more than the returns you chase without it. Third, when the social dynamics shift at level 2, don't let it confuse you. Some relationships will change. That's not betrayal. That's growth. Surround yourself with people who are going where you're going. And fourth, start thinking about level 3 not as a retirement fantasy, but as a question to answer now. What would you do if money wasn't the reason you woke up in the morning? Because the earlier you answer that, the better your financial decisions get today. Here's what I want you to sit with. Most people treat money like a scoreboard. a number that tells them how they're doing relative to someone else. But the people who actually build wealth treat it differently. They treat it like a tool for buying something far more valuable than things. Options, time, clarity. The three thresholds we talked about today aren't finish lines. They're more like doorways, each one opening into a room where you can see yourself and your life a little more honestly. The question isn't which level you're at. The question is, are you building toward the next one with intention, or are you just waiting for your income to carry you there by accident? Because wealth isn't something that happens to you. It's something you decide, quietly, consistently, one threshold at a time.